Do we have a napkin? My name is Ndamukong Suh, NFL defensive tackle and active entrepreneur, and this is the story behind the stories. Cliff Averill, one of my favorite teammates early on in my career, played together in Detroit, defensive end. And the story that he had on me, we'd be in the meeting room all day after the first few days of sitting in the normal seats. Oh, Cliff, you had to bring this one out. He went and bought himself a Lazy Boy, a big bright red Lazy Boy. He put it in our D-line meeting room. I was like, damn, this rookie has some nuts. That was Suh for you. Yes, I did do this, and I did have a electric Lazy Boy chair in our meeting room. But Cliff left out there, very shortly after there, he had his own Lazy Boy as well as everybody else in the D-line room by, this rookie. And y'all spent a lot of my money that year. So don't be leaving the details out, boss. David Harvey, defensive lineman with me at the University of Nebraska. Grew up together, best man at my wedding, and just one of my guys. Remember the night I met him? It was summertime before our freshman year. It was a Friday. We were all hanging out and talking, and by Monday he was gone. I asked where he went, and someone told me he was homesick, and I was like, huh? Homesick? We haven't even been here a week yet. Man, Harvey's got a good memory. I was definitely homesick. It was our first week of being in Nebraska. We're doing summer conditioning. I decided to ask my mom to come home for a couple days. I think what I learned through that process is don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. And it's something that I live by right now in my own life every single day. Suh, myself, I don't watch TV, I don't play video games, I like reading contracts, I like just looking at business deals. Especially when I was getting ready to go through my first negotiation of contracts, like I read through J.J. Watt's deal. Anybody that had a high-level contract, I was going through their deals and understanding every little tidbits of it so I could understand how I wanted to have my deal structured and put together. I think curiosity and finding answers is something hand in hand. Nothing wrong with being curious and being able to find things that you want to go and do, but how do you get to the final answer of what your ultimate goal is and getting that done? And so the only person that can do that is yourself. Suh, myself, I had all the great intentions. I wanted to win, to be a cornerstone of that franchise, to help them turn the tables. We had the pieces to do that, but my tact, my approach was just too hostile, too direct. This was my first year in Miami, and I had an all-players defensive meeting. And I told guys, hey, I'm gonna be here. The question is whether you're gonna be here next year. It was just one of those things where guys, you could see they were just there to collect a check, and I didn't find that acceptable. I definitely got a lot of flack for it, but I think it was something that needed to be said, but just said in the right way. David Harvey, I don't think he knows quite yet why he's driven the way he is. And I think that's part of why he's going so hard right now. If he were to never work a day in his life again, he would be okay financially. But I think figuring out what's for him in his life is still a big part of what drives him. He's right, I still don't know 100% exactly why I work so hard, other than I've watched other people close to me, and especially on older mentors. One thing that I've picked up from them is that to live a long life and a fruitful life, there's some form of work that they're doing all the time that satisfies them. It's something that they're getting up every morning to do. And my curiosity bug is just on 1,000. My main things right now, success in the construction industry. I got my degree in construction management engineering. I don't want it to just be a piece of paper. I want it to be something I'm actually doing. I have some weird fascination with pouring concrete. I want to have my own concrete company, so that's something that I'm looking to do. Vita Vea, defensive lineman for the Tampa Bay Bucks, one of my favorite defensive line mates. His story, Suh's a quiet guy. One day he was leaving and I was leaving, and we walked out at the same time. He just looked so mad. He has a natural, normal resting face. I saw him and was like, damn, big girl. I saw a little smirk, but he was trying not to show it. Vita Vea, we do a couples Monopoly night. Him and his wife versus me and my wife, but we were all playing individually. The thing is, him and his wife collude. They cheat. If one of them knows they're going to lose, they'll help the other person win. Do we have a napkin? Vita Vea, Fridays were his day off. I would have my cleats on, but he'd have his normal shoes on. One day I accidentally stepped on on his shoe and hurt his toe. He got so mad that he tried to stomp on my feet. I thought that was pretty funny. So every week I just tried stepping on him on purpose. Vita was just one of those young guys I wanted to take under my wing. I saw a lot of promise with him, but also at the same time, just young and a little immature, which to this day and age, he's grown tremendously and become a little brother and a close friend. At the time of my career, I think it was my 9th or 10th season, I started to realize and understand the best way to be successful, especially being a defensive lineman, one, playing the ultimate team game in football, you gotta have guys next to you that play at an elite level. We obviously hit it off and are still close friends to this day.